I'm John Roca, here's some news. Thank you very much for the person that bought these lights and this background. Thank you. A Sonic the Hedgehog sequel is in the works, which is great news for everyone that wasted their money watching the first one. I'm in that group. Was not a great movie. It was kind of like Detective Pikachu, but without the cute starring character. I'm talking about Ryan Reynolds. I'm not talking about Pikachu. Lori Loughlin and Becky from Full House and her husband finally pleaded guilty to a college admission scandal where they paid a lot of money to get their daughters into a very good school. A lot of people are mad at Lori Loughlin for doing this, but she was just doing the thing that any parent would do. She was just trying to give her daughter a better life. Sure, she had a good life, but she wanted to give her daughter a better life. No one wants to give their kid a worse life. These are parents that are willing to do anything for their children except teach them the value of hard work and the experience of failure. This really proves how needed affirmative action is. How many inner city kids got passed up because they didn't have $400,000 laying around to bribe themselves into Harvard, making it look like they were doing lacrosse? John Krasinski recently sold his show Some Good News to CBS. A lot of people are wondering why. Well, one thing, these shows are hard, like they're news shows, but you gotta do a lot of work. I mean, you see what I do. And another thing, I'm sure they gave him a lot of money. Like a lot of money. And whenever it's a lot of money, that's some good news. Trump recently tweeted something about California giving out mail-in ballots and how everyone is going to have him, which isn't true. And when Twitter fact-checked him on that, he instantly wanted to do an executive order limiting social media. This executive order is trying to make social media companies responsible for what their users say on them. And if you've ever been on any type of social media, you know society's crazy. This is a new low for an adult. Who is getting that mad while on social media to be like, you know what, I need to make a new law because this ruined my tweet. If Trump keeps this up, he's going to get kicked off and he's going to end up on Instagram. Like, I think Trump's Instagram would probably be way better than his Twitter. When I look at his Twitter, no, that is a lot of ignorance. I cannot support this guy at all. Then if you look at his Instagram, I'm pretty sure it's like really good vacation pictures. Minneapolis Police Department officer Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd in front of witnesses. He held his knee on the back of his neck for up to 9 minutes. Nobody moved him. There were other officers in the area that just looked on. Derek Chauvin has 18 counts of prior incidences against him. You can't do that anywhere else. How is that okay for a police department? I had 3 counts at my last job and I got fired, and I will repeat, what I do in my car on my lunch break with my friend is my business best. The protests took place all over the country. Some of them were peaceful, some of them were violent, some of them had fires involved, which sounds crazy, but it's not as crazy as the entire country buying toilet paper for no reason 3 weeks ago. These are crazy times. And people are acting like these riots came out of nowhere. No, this is the second dead black guy story I've reported on this month and the second police brutality story I've reported on. In both cases, evidence has been found to not support what the police have said. No, this is the community responding to the tension that is taking place. I'm not for riots. I'm not for things being looted, but I am for letting the government know that the people are in control. I'm John Roca, thanks for watching. Here's some news. If you like me, remember to like, subscribe, share. If you really like me, you can Venmo me money, or you can do both. And thanks again for the background on the lights. I really appreciate you.